Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I made a delicious lamb stew. This is everything you're going to need in front of me. I started out by cutting 2 onions. I just quartered them so it made it easy. And I love doing stews in the Insta Pot because honestly they turn out so quickly instead of doing them in the oven. I mean, it's great if you have the time, but Insta Pots are fantastic. So I just halved the small potatoes, chopping them in half, putting them in my strainer there just to give them a quick rinse. And I had set the onions to the side. I just used a couple carrots, it wasn't much here. I didn't want too many. My favorite are the potatoes, but you can add as many as you like. And I just roughly chopped those up and added them once I peeled them into the strainer to give those a rinse as well. Just giving those a rinse in the sink. I hope you guys are enjoying the channel, and if there's any other recipes you'd love to see, just let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to help me and subscribe to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated also. Just getting out a few other things there that I needed. And setting up my Insta Pot. I also had mushrooms there as well, soaking just to get the dirt off. I added my extra virgin olive oil to the Insta Pot, and I had it on the saute function so I could cook with it while the lid was off. Most of them have that function. You'll have to check yours to see if it's available. It heats up rather fast. They're kind of great that way. So I'm just getting it hot so that I can add the onions and then start to brown those, and adding the meat just after that to brown the meat. You always want to brown your meat before you're going to cook it, especially if you're doing a stew or you want the meat to be like fall apart. Added a large tablespoon of minced garlic and a small teaspoon of the tomato paste as well. You can see it starting to bubble there. A splash of Worcestershire sauce, and I just went ahead and mixed that up. This helps with the flavor. I'm just adding in my chunked up lamb there so I can get it start to cook and brown, making sure I'm stirring it often so that it doesn't burn to the bottom. You want to make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom when you go to put that lid on, because then you'll have an error. Added some basil and some oregano as well. About half a teaspoon of each. I'm having lots of fun making all these recipes for you guys. Thanks for subscribing to the channel if you already have. It smelled really good at this point. So that was cornstarch I added. We want that just to help thicken the stew. I could have probably added a little bit more, honestly. And then I just went in with the beef broth. I had got the organic stuff. And then probably about 3/4 of a cup of red wine, just the dry wine. Adding my carrots and potatoes. And then I was just rinsing off my mushrooms to add those in as well. I didn't bother cutting them up. I just threw them in like that. I was kind of in a rush and I was starving. So this is an easy meal for a weeknight for sure. So then I would put my lid on. I set it to the stew meat function that I have, and I put it for 40 minutes. And then once it was done, I let it stay on for 10 more with the lid. I put the towel there. It just helps with the steam not going everywhere when you release the steam. Be careful you do not burn yourself. Ask me how I know. So just taking the lid off there, it looks so good. I did end up adding a little bit more cornstarch. I just threw it in because honestly I was starving. but I'd suggest mixing it, taking some of the broth out to mix it, because it kind of got a little clumpy, but it ended up being fine. Once I stirred it enough, it was okay. But it would work better, like I said, if you took some of the broth out to add the cornstarch and mix it well before you add it back in. And this rice, this dish, to spread it like further, you could add it over rice to the dish, or like a quinoa if you wanted would be good too. But we just had it like this, and it was delicious. I hope you guys try this recipe. There you go, guys. And I topped mine with sour cream because I just love it.